Well, good evening. Welcome to So Into Bourbon. Charlie, why don't you tell the good folks at home what we're doing tonight?
Tonight we have two older offerings from our friends at West Fork Whiskey in Westfield, Indiana. Hamer, 8 and 10.
Yeah, we're going to find out, does age always mean it's better? All right, Charlie, so in front of us we have Old Hamer 8-year and Old Hamer 10-year. We've had Old Hamer on the show before.
We have. We've done a single barrel.
Yep, the cask strength.
Yep, and I think a double oaked as well. And we are always surprised at how much we love Hamer, and tell the folks why we are always surprised.
Why is because it has a really unique mash bill. It's just a 2-grain mash bill.
True.
99% corn, 1% malted barley.
99%.
99% corn.
And we are always amazed when we taste it. You hear that mash bill and you instantly think, I have an idea of what that's going to taste like.
Corny.
And it never does. It is always super surprising. Yeah. So, tell us about these.
Yeah, so these, the 10-year, you had seen on their Instagram when they released the 10-year, you're like, oh, I have to have that.
Have to have it.
Me and my wife went up to Indy a couple weeks ago and we had some time to kill, so I thought, well, we'll run out to West Fork and I'll grab that 10-year. So I did. And when I was there, I saw the 8-year.
Ooh, tell us about this little 8-year.
Yeah, so the 8-year's just like the 10-year, except it is barrel strength. And it's a single barrel.
Now, how do you know it's 8 years?
I don't know. It's like a good guess.
Oh, there it is.
Yeah.
It's there.
It's age stated.
Now, this is a single barrel.
Yes,
right?
so that's 127.5 proof.
Okay.
Actually, no, it's not. I'm talking about something else.
No, this is 122.9 proof.
122.9.
It is a single barrel. It was barreled in 2016 and bottled in 2025.
Yes, and this is 100 proof.
Yes, that one's
a small
100 proof.
batch.
Small batch, yes. So,
right. So
I'm excited to get in this. We are going to do this a little differently tonight.
Yes,
we are doing this as a blind. My wife has graciously prepared these as a blind. So one of these offerings is in the Glencairn and the other is in the stemless. So where would you like to start?
I say let's start on the outside here.
Here we go.
And I'm glad we're doing this because they do a tasting in the dark up at West Fork where they will take you through a tasting and it's a blind tasting. They have their bourbon and they have other brands.
Oh, that's cool.
And you taste them blind. I wasn't there long enough to do it, but I think that would be.
Oh, isn't that a mind mess and be like, oh, this is great. And then you taste something else and it's like Buffalo Trace or something. Hey,
you're sticking your neck out there if you're a craft distiller.
I love that.
Pouring
That's
blinds
awesome.
of other people's whiskey.
Color is yellow.
Yeah.
Almost tangerine.
Yellow, orangish.
It looks a lot darker in the bottle.
Yeah, it does.
I will tell you that.
It's definitely a little lighter than it.
It puts a great ring around the glass and it is syrupy. It has some big...
Yeah, sure.
Like kind of cascading down, kind of runny.
It's got a great nose to it.
Almost like I get a lot of like orange citrus.
Yeah, I was going to say a fruity, citrusy nose.
Yeah, like a citrus salad.
Citrus?
Yeah, like a mix of oranges and almost very fruity.
And I could even maybe a little Cool Whip on top. A little vanilla sweetness.
There is a little ethanol on that, which makes me lean toward it. And I know that you're like, oh, you're doing a blind. One's 22, almost 23 higher. There is a little ethanol there.
There is a little tinge.
The interesting thing is, one is an 8-year, one is a 10-year. I'm not getting a lot of like deep bourbon.
No, I'm not either. And I will say, and you just touched on it, I know people are out there saying, oh, that's not a fair blind. One's 100 proof and it's a small batch, and one's a single barrel and it's full proof.
But we're not very good.
We're just saying there are some people out there, maybe you're new to bourbon and you just automatically think if the age on something is 10 years, it's got to be better than an 8-year.
Yeah.
So we're just going to find out.
And the other part of it is we're not very good at this, so we may mess it up. I'm excited to taste this one.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Kind of explodes onto your palate up front.
That's so good.
And then quickly smooths out.
Yeah.
And you get the caramels and the vanilla notes on the back.
I'd say really, really not. First drink of the day, first episode of the day, first drink. Wow. Like very fruity sweet on the front. And it's just, it makes my mouth kind of salivate, and then that transitions into a little bit of spicy, a little bit of bold. You get a nice Kentucky hug. There is not much finish there. There's not a lot. No. I'm not getting I don't get much oak. I get a little bit of kind of that, maybe some oak on the sides of my tongue.
There's some oak on the finish, but it's not real strong. And it's not like we were talking about. That's not corny at all. It doesn't taste young. It's not young.
No, it's not
it's
young.
The 8 or the 10 year.
I really, really like that. It's really surprising. It is not what you expect from a 99% corn, 1% malted barley. You expect there to be some sort of, we talk about this a lot, like the taste, the grain, and the grain forward. I get none of that on this. I get like fruit and a little bit of like cinnamon spice.
Just a little though.
It's very good. I really like that one. I am leaning one way, I will tell you that, on which one that is.
Okay.
So.
Is that something you want to reveal now?
No, it's a surprise that we'll use later.
I'm getting now on the finish, I'm getting a little bit of candy bar, like a caramel and chocolate candy bar flavor.
MSRP on these bottles.
So the 10 year is $84.99.
Okay.
Plus tax.
Okay.
And then I think the 8 year was right around the same.
Okay. That's.
I started notes and you could see I didn't finish one. Do you know why? Do you know why? Because I got on their website and there was no information on the 8 year.
I love it.
Website.
Mystery bourbons. All right. Let's go to number 2. This one has a substantially different color. Yeah. I mean, it is very different looking.
Yeah, so that obviously leads you in one direction.
It does. It definitely does.
But who knows?
Very syrupy.
Oh, I'm already in it.
Totally different mouth.
It is different.
Totally different.
I still get a little hint of that citrusy, that orange citrusy note, but there's a lot more classic bourbon, dark.
Like almost get dark, like
burnt sugar.
Yeah, I'm getting. What's those cookies that has the burnt sugar on top of it, like or a candy? I can picture it in my head, like a creme brulee, like something where they char the top, like that burnt sugar. Like I get a big.
Okay.
Big.
I'm not getting that, but as soon as you said the cookies,
or a snickerdoodle,
those little wafer things.
Wafer
like
cookies.
Long,
yeah. I love those.
But they came in different flavors, like orange.
Yeah.
That's kind of what popped in my head.
Oh, that's an obscure reference.
I know. I haven't seen those in a long time. My grandmother always had those in the flavor cabinet.
Poor people cookies.
We called it the flavor cabinet.
Yeah, we had the flavor cabinet.
Yeah, that's where she kept the gum and the cookies and all that good stuff.
That's awesome. All right, I'm excited for this one.
The Keebler cookies.
Keebler Elves.
Yeah.
Cheers.
How you like that?
Is there syrup in there?
It sure tastes like it. That is a viscous.
An alarming, aggressive mouthfeel.
Yeah. I get a lot more oak on this one. I got a lot more of the deep, darker.
Holy crap.
The vanillas and the chocolates.
Holy crap.
Yeah. That's got to finish. That's got a really oaky finish.
Unbelievable. I promise you that you were watching this, you're like, he's really overselling it. He's really selling this one. The mouthfeel was alarming. It was almost like, you know when you're drinking something that has, like if you're drinking a Coke and it has like syrup in it, and you get that and the Coke mixes with the syrup and you kind of get that kind of two, that's what this did on my palate. Like it was almost like there was a separation. It alarmed me, but the flavors it was so sweet candy bar on the front, and then it's really oaky in all the best ways. I get like the oak like on the roof of my mouth.
Yeah, it sticks to the roof of your mouth.
Unbelievable.
And if you go back to the nose,
that nose
there's so much darkness there, but there's also like an overlining fruity citrusness as well. It kind of balances it and complements the darkness.
So the interesting thing about this is this has less ethanol on the nose.
I didn't think either one of them had a lot of ethanol.
I get more of that. I'm going to drink this one again.
This is almost, I feel like the first one had a little bit more spiciness to it. Which I don't know where that's coming from, other than proof, but.
That is such a good damn pour. I mean, it is.
Which one are you pointing to?
The Glencairn.
Okay. I thought you were pointing at a bottle.
No. The Glencairn. I am really confused now because I think I know which is which because you can kind of tell by color, but the labels are different too. And if you turn it, so should we do the reveal? Should we do the reveal?
Yeah,
and then we'll.
Well, no, I want to know which one you prefer.
Well, now well, I'll tell you which one I prefer. I prefer the second one. It is as bold and delicious a bourbon that I have had in a while. I mean, it checks every single box. It's aged.
Yep.
Because it's either 8 or 10 years old. It gives you a big blast of sweet. The sweet does not stick around long, but long enough to enjoy it. You're left with a long-lasting finish. There's a little bit of that spice that hangs around on these is so confusing. It can only come from barrel character because there's nothing to make it spicy in the mash bill. They're both very good. I'm going to go back to the first one while you talk and tell us which one you prefer.
I absolutely prefer this one. They're both good, but this one is just it really stands out.
A different animal.
Yes, it is. And I think this is the 8 year. Should we find out?
I think it has to be. So my wife put it on a piece of paper and she signed her name. It says, the Hamer 10 is in the short Glen.
Yep.
And the Hamer 8 is in the tall.
I like how she spelled Glen with 2 N's. Just like me.
Well, that is you. Tall is Charlie.
Oh.
That's the joke.
Good job, Lauren. All right, so not a big surprise to me, at least. I don't know if you're surprised or not. I mean, once again, it's given the difference in proof and one's a single barrel, one's not. But it just goes to show you, just because something has a higher age statement doesn't mean it's better.
Well, we did a couple of things that kind of tie all this in. We recently did the Elijah Craig 18 year, and now that's, 80 proof? Or was it 80 or 90? 90 proof.
90, was it 94?
I don't know.
Something like that, 94, I think.
The oak water. Not great. We have kind of shown that, but the thing about these and the thing about West Fork, especially in this Hugh Hamer line, you've got to try this stuff because it will challenge what you think. Like, oh, I only like high rise, or oh, I've got to have a 4 grain, or this, that, and the other. Go try some of this Indiana 99% corn and see if you can't find one that slugs you. Because I'm going to tell you, I like this one. This one is approachable. It's sweet. It's savory. There's nothing wrong with that bottle. 100 proof. It's infinitely drinkable. But that guy, that is a special bottle.
That's a special bottle. And just to go back to talking about craft distilleries, and I mean, if you've never been to West Fork in Westfield, Indiana, great place, very nice people. We walked in, me and my wife, went over to the tasting bar, 2 very hospitable women working the bar. We talked for a while. We tasted through all kinds of stuff. Very nice, welcoming people. I would recommend going there to anyone.
Great restaurant, by the way.
Yeah, you've eaten there.
Great restaurant. Yeah, it's great. It's an awesome place. It's a really cool. It's just a great vibe. And I was doing a work event last week, and Bourbon came up. We started talking, and I had this very conversation about find your local craft distillery because not that there's anything wrong, and you should go to Buffalo Trace and Heaven Hill and Wild Turkey. Those places are great. But they're also bourbon factories, right? Like it's Bourbon Disneyland. Pay for your ticket, go through the turnstiles, stay on the path. If you go to a craft distillery on the right day at the right time, who knows where you end
Right.
up. You may be whiskey thieving stuff out of a barrel and be like, we're not supposed to be letting you have this. But
and shout out to Terry who was working that day. Who was, if you saw my little short on the bottle you're on, they have a bottle you're on experience, which is $65, which is not
that's
bad.
really good for a bottle you're on.
Yeah, and right now it's a high rye bourbon, which I brought with me tonight. We're not going to do that tonight, but it was pretty good.
The other thing that's great about craft distilleries, and even if you went to a craft distillery 4 or 5 years ago and you're like, this stuff wasn't good, a lot of these distilleries have been around long enough now. Like our friends at Starlight did an event this past week that you went to, that they're releasing their 10-year in the coming weeks. So a lot of these distilleries, these craft distilleries, are reaching, what maturity.
Yep,
like they're getting a lot of older stock, and there's one thing you can't cheat is time and age.
Yeah.
And I think this is a testament to that. That both of these excellent offerings, both under $85. Like, find me another 10-year age stated. I mean,
which once again, we talk about this all the time. Yeah, it's great to have hyper age stuff, but our kind of seems to be our sweet spot is that 7, 8 to 9 year old.
Yep.
Which this comes through.
Yeah.
This one, you've got Eagle Rare who just dropped their 12
year, and that speaks a lot to the amount of bourbon that they have now.
Yeah. Well, I'm just curious because I like Eagle Rare, but to me, it's right on the verge of being just a little too oaky. So I'm very curious to see how that 12-year tastes. And I don't know if there's a difference. Do you know if there's a difference in proof on that or not?
To my knowledge, it's still 100 proof, and the only difference is 12.
So I'll be very curious to taste that and see.
Stay tuned in the next year and a half when we finally track down a bottle of that to do the episode. We're always late to the parties on these things. But Glenn, tell the nice people at home what to do.
Well, we'd love for you to like and subscribe right here on YouTube and check us out on socials. We're on TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, all of them. You can find us. We don't need to tell you. And also keep those wallets loose.
And your bungholes very tight. Good night, everybody.
Peace out.
Good night, you Hamer. 99% corn?
99% corn. Corn liquor.
Okay, Charlie. Action.
Good enough. And that's what we strive for.
Just good enough. Action. They go under the barrel. They have always gone. I don't want to argue about this again.
All right. It was good.
Yeah, I don't want to argue about this again, but your head's
usually between the barrels.
You were at...
Like that, yeah. So you need to scoot over a little bit.
You just want me close to you.
I do. Get close.
Get close. Bring it in, Reed.
I just want to get close to you.
Every time he sings, we lose subscribers. Don't let me do any more Trump impersonations.
Okay. Then what are we going to do? What kind of content are we going to have?
Nobody really knows. It's a bourbon channel, but they're not very good.
Charlie, tell them what we have on the bar tonight. Well, from our friends at West Fork Whiskey Company in Westfield, Indiana, we have Old Hamer 10-year and 8-year.